believe it.
I got some walkout music. Woo!
That's a party. Air compressor.
Yeah, that's where I was at. I was checking the toilet to make sure it was good, and
Did you fill it up?
I filled it up a little bit, changed the color of it, because taking that multivitamin does its job. Bullfrog, putting it to good use.
Yeah.
This thing is cool, by the way. Check this out. Speaker on the front and back.
You can mount it. That's cool.
Yeah, we figured out it has a quarter 20 on the bottom, so you can mount it onto the thing. All right.
Pause.
Pause.
Sorry, DJ is not that.
DJ's not that cool. But what we were thinking about doing is, and because you can pair two of them together, so we want to take, because there's two, speaker here, speaker here. Hey, what's up?
What's up, Jason?
If we get another one, put it this way, so a speaker here and a speaker, put it in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Four-way,
We're gonna have a party.
The fun we will have with that. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But hey, welcome to the show, guys. Trying something a little different. We've always wanted to have a little startup music, so nothing like royalty-free YouTube music to start out the show and make things wonderful.
Yep.
Yay. What's wrong? Haley's off camera today, so hi Haley. Is that good?
No,
Camera.
It's perfect right there. Okay. Anyways, how was your week?
That was interesting. That's cool.
Yours was a fun week.
Yeah.
Yours was a fun week.
Yeah.
We put up the pictures of the Ultima. We did not film it. We know everyone's like, oh, dang, bummer.
Guatemala.
Hey, from New York. Surround Retriever Pioneer, thoughts. It comes default on. I've never really turned it off.
Hey, Haley.
I don't mind that. I like it. I've never had a problem with Pioneer Sound Retriever. I think it's definitely done its job. So we'll rock with yay on that. Panama, Brooklyn. What's up, Haley? You want to come on and say hi? Now that you got your laptop on and you're going to do some studying?
No, you're too loud.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, so back to the Ultima real quick. One of the things we had asked several times on several different forums, so to speak, and by that I mean social media, was why the DM810 with the LC amplifiers. A couple things to think about. First things first, the customer already had the LC 6.1200.
Yep.
He bought the 1.800 and the AMC 2.300.
Yep.
Now, when we put there all active, he had a three-way active set up front. He had rear and he had sub. That's 9 channels of sound. If you just do a D 6.1200, you only get 8 channels of sound. That's it. So we would have had no way to add delay or crossovers or anything like that to the rear speakers, mainly delay. We couldn't EQ them in.
Correct.
So the DM810 was needed in order to do the right amount of channels that we needed. We needed 9. It has 10. So that was why we went with that particular processor. Now, the other question was why even do the LC amplifiers, because they have a lot of features in common. Really the only feature they have is they have the ability to do high level to low level in. That's it. They don't have an EQ, they don't have time correction, and everything like that. It's just a line control input.
That's real feel.
And it's also a really nice amplifier. And that's what he wanted. He's an audio control fan. He wanted audio control amplifiers. And honestly, we don't use them too often for their intended purpose. We use them because they're great amplifiers. So why wouldn't you use them? You know? And it's a 6-channel amplifier. It was like made in heaven. 3-channel set up front.
Yeah, just perfectly for the front.
So, what's up, Victor?
What's up, Victor?
So anyways, that was that. Now, one of the other topics that was brought up a lot was where the fuses, and I'm like, they're on the amplifier. It's a 6-inch piece. We won't even go into that in the show here because that's a big debate topic that we're going to save that for a podcast. So, which brings us to a cool point, podcasts. Let's talk about podcasts for a minute. So we've been trying to do a few more. We're doing at least a minimum 2 a month. We've actually been on point lately, so that's good. We're getting a lot of good topics from you guys on that. If you're a Patreon member, you get a video episode of the podcast a week early than everyone else gets the audio. You guys are early. Well, we always start at about 6, so we're like a couple minutes early.
Johnny.
Well, we try to start at 6. Last week we were real early. We got in here like 5:30. Anyways, so Patreon members, podcast, week early, video edition. The video is only for the Patreons, though. You will never see that video anyplace else. So if you're not a Patreon, you're only going to get the audio version of the podcast. That's the benefit of being a Patreon member. We're trying to add value here, people.
Right, Victor?
Exactly. Now, just in case you were wondering, this is the Bullfrog. This is the 200, so this is the medium-sized one. And it sounds amazing. We've been playing with it all week. We went 2 days without charge, and the only reason why we plugged it in, the only reason why we plugged it in this morning because we were doing the show, and we were going to listen to it all day. So, yeah. So love the audio controls. Hertz. Let's talk about Hertz for a minute. Audison Hertz. That is Electromedia. Electromedia is the company that is Audison Hertz. Now, Monday, this is 3 weeks in a row now, so I want to apologize real quick to you guys that we are having a, how was the fondue place? How was the fondue, Haley?
It was great.
Haley had a great time. I paid the bill.
What's up,
My time sucked. Anyways, Audison Hertz. Audison Hertz, we are going to have Jeff Peters from Audison Hertz on the show Monday. So the Monday Facebook Live show, we are going to have another interview. And I apologize, it's 3 interviews in a row. We normally don't like to do that. We like to break them up so you guys can have talk and whatnot. What's up, Car Gift? It's just worked out that way. A lot of people are coming into town, and we want to have the opportunity to get to talk to these people. So, and it's going to be fun. This guy, Jeff, he's got a great story. So he comes from Boston Acoustic. Well, I'm sorry, he comes from MB Quartz. MB Quartz and Boston Acoustic in my head are the same thing. They're totally different, but in my head. Okay, you got to remember. Got the stickers. Awesome.
Cool.
So, what we got going on is he worked for MB Quartz Europe. And so that's big because that's where they were from, and that's where the real stuff is. It's not this, anyways. So, pause Voring Life to watch the stream. Awesome.
Cool, man.
So, anyways, we're gonna have him on Monday. Bill's bringing him. Sajeki, I think Sajeki and Bill are bringing him. We're just gonna try to have Jeff on the show though, because that'll be fun. Now, speaking of the show, if you guys did not watch last week's Monday show, okay, where we interviewed Bert and Dave, okay, from Kicker, you need to watch that because that was, Fernando tells me, he goes, dude, that was the most fun I've ever, that was the best show we've ever done.
Yeah,
okay.
For me.
So, obviously we're getting better with the interviews side of things, but Bert and Dave from the Kip and Dave show, Kicker, they were top-notch guests, man. These guys are awesome. Thanks, Scott. I'm glad you liked the interviews. We enjoy doing them. We really like doing the interviews because it's a lot of fun for us, and we hope it's a lot of fun for you. But definitely go watch it. It was awesome.
You got to know other people.
Bart he talks about the process that Kicker goes through in order from start to finish of making products. He talks about Steve and how nothing gets through the door without his approval. So it's an amazing show. So definitely take your time, go back, listen to it as a podcast if you want. You know, while you're vacuuming the house, cleaning, whatever. Just trust me, you're gonna wanna check that one out. And I'm assuming this one with Jeff from Electromedia will also be awesome. So,
correct.
Awesome. So, but yes, so Monday, of course, we'll do a bumper when we get on Monday to let you know. Anything else that I need to hit? I mean,
no. People from Electromedia.
We got that.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think about it. If you guys caught the beginning and you heard the music, let us know what you thought of that. You know, this was...
If you anyone had one of these, what do you think?
But yeah, so we've definitely found a cool use for this.
Yeah.
So and early, when he real quick when he was talking about he paused the Boring Life. For those of you guys who never heard of the Boring Life, I don't know how that's possible, but the Boring Life of Dean and Haley is a show that Haley and I do on Sundays where we just record ourselves doing what we do as a father-daughter, and it's a lot of fun. We're 9 episodes in. Now about this week. So Monday there wasn't a show. On Monday, and I apologize. We were just switching everything from iMovie, which is what I've edited with 950 shows have been edited on iMovie, and we're just switching everything over to Final Cut Pro. I'm a Mac guy. Final Cut Pro seemed like an easier transition than going with Premiere, because then I'd have to learn all of Premiere, whereas Final Cut Pro is just a kind of like a transition up from iMovie, which is cool. But I'm having to learn the whole process of moving things around, and it's been a nightmare. We're really close to fully functional, but this week's videos were all published or exported, I should say, and edited in Final Cut. So a little different. We had new trailers, we had new spinny things, we had new endings. The image quality is better because you can output at a higher resolution. So hopefully you guys are gonna benefit from it as far as video quality, and of course it will be able to do more silly stuff. Final Cut is not a monthly fee. It's $300 right out of your keister. Just pull it right out of your wallet.
You want it, it's yours.
Go.
Done.
But it's only Mac, so you gotta have a Mac. I'm happy with it so far. It's taken a little bit. It's a lot of keyboard shortcuts, and so. Yeah. There
you go. Johnny, like a lot of quality, and the ending was awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Johnny. And that's why we wanted to switch. We knew we're kind of plateauing. We've been plateauing for probably this whole year, to be honest with you. But it was just a matter of just saying, screw it, let's do it.
Yep.
And we know you guys. I feel bad when I don't give you a morning cup of Joe and all that, but you know, I feel like we have to make these stops every now and then to improve the show and make things better.
900 videos, 600 Jeeps. That's awesome.
Actually, you know, it's funny. One guy was like, I couldn't find the Jeep playlist, and I was like, I don't know why we've never made a Jeep playlist. We need an F-150 playlist and we need a Jeep playlist. And I don't know why I've never done that. So
that was cool.
Definitely gonna have to work on that one. Apple's the only way to go. Thank you, Dean. I don't want to fight that battle. I'm an Apple guy. I have my Apple Watch. I have my iPhone, and I have, you know, I have my MacBook Pro sitting over here.
You got apples in the fridge, so yeah, you are an Apple guy.
So let's look at the back of the MacBook Pro. So Disney Install Syndicate. If you guys are installers, you're not members, you should be. It's on Facebook. Boba Fett. I Shoot Raw is another YouTuber camera guy. This was the cool guy that made us the tees. He's out of Dallas. Of course, big YouTube. I'm an OG when it comes to this guy right here. So I was a fan way before the the movies and all that. Big time OG. And of course, 5-star stickers. And then Vader.
A little bit that
one. Hey, it's backwards.
You
my head.
got it.
There's Vader. There's Vader. Yeah. So, stickers. So, and that brings up another point. If you want stickers.
Yep.
Where do you find the stickers? Does anybody know? Stickers. What is
Yahoo?
It? Stickers.
5-star stickers.
5-star stickers at yahoo.com.
Yep.
All we need is your address, and we send you free stickers.
Look at that.
So, and we've set out. We're almost. We have a fresh batch. Butch is working on a fresh batch of them. A ton. So the first batch, I know a lot of you guys like, where do I get them? We really haven't been talking about much because we only got a small quantity, and they're pretty much all gone. So once we get the next roll of them in, we're going to get. Oh yeah, good question. Once we get the next roll in, then we're going to put up stickers and signs, and we're going to make sure everyone that didn't get them gets them.
All right, I'm gonna say yes. We're gonna do more reviews.
Oh yeah.
Of course, the Stinger Radio. As soon as we have it, we're gonna do the review on that one.
So for those of you guys that are following along, you follow me on Instagram at 5-star Dean on Instagram. I bought 4 Boba Fett wallets, and we tried to figure out which one we wanted. This was the one that Haley and I agreed upon, right?
Everyone else liked
and all you guys like this one too. So I ended up with this wallet.
Yeah.
So That was the one. Now, if you don't follow us on Instagram, you totally should. As far as, like you said, unboxings and reviews.
Yep.
Part of the reason to switch to Final Cut is to make those things faster. Editing those, the one you guys got this week, the 1440 that I said 2440 at the end, we actually filmed that 6 months ago, and I've just not wanted to edit because it's a real pain in the butt. But by what?
I just can't stop.
Why are you laughing?
I'm watching a video.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Jay Retro, thank you.
So, anyways, the we're gonna do more reviews. When we shot the 9905, we changed the format a little bit, and we're gonna move forward with that. Like we said, by next year, we're gonna change the channel in that it's gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Friday are gonna be install diaries of some kind. Tuesdays are gonna be the rebroadcast of the Facebook Live show, and then Thursdays are gonna be reviews of some kind. So that's either gonna be an unboxing, it's gonna be a car lab, some form of review is gonna happen every Thursday. That way you'll be able to plan your schedule accordingly and know that, oh, I don't wanna watch the, whatever I wanna, so you'll be able to live your life. What's in the box? Ooh, good movie. What's in the box? Okay. It's a Kicker L7. Now, if you guys would have caught the Monday show, you would have been like, oh, wait a minute. What is that? It's a Frisbee. No, this is the top of an L7.
The new one.
The new one. All right. Oh my gosh. And there's this motor structure of the L7. Now, I'm not going to spend time talking about this right now. You asked, so I'm showing you. And then there's also the magnet. Go back and watch the Monday show.
Yeah.
Bart talks about this extensively because he's the guy, okay? He's the Black Works guy
He
at
about
Kicker.
this.
Talks all about what this thing has.
Yep.
They conveniently loaned this to us. We don't get to keep this.
No.
But they've let us borrow it so that we can play with it. We will talk about it more. Is Final Cut any faster? I spent 12 hours the last day editing. Okay. Yes
and
no. Yes, it will be faster once I've acclimated myself to it, but no, right now it's a little slower. It's just changing your train of thought compared to iMovie. Once you get all the pieces in a row, just like anything else, it's going to be quicker.
No, Johnny, we don't film the 911 that we put it on the Instagram pictures, nothing like that. We don't even have the time to do it, so just enjoy the pictures.
Question, I got a Jeep question. Okay, I have a 207 WRI, I buy the right adapter. Can I use my Sirius XM antenna?
Yes.
Yes. You need a SAT1. So if you get the iDataLink makes it, it's called SAT1. PAC makes one now, I think it's also called a SAT1. Just Google SAT1. That's what you need. It'll plug right into behind where the unplugs from the radio. Magic. And then you buy the SVX 300 tuner, plug it in, and you're all set and ready to go. You do have to buy the tuner. And I will tell you right now, if you guys are into Sirius XM, the SVX 300 tuner is on discount on Amazon right now. I think they're like 40 bucks.
Wow.
So if you're thinking about it, glue the others.
Okay, so
together
this is a tip for you. Don't put the wallet in your back pocket.
I don't.
Because you're gonna have a back pain.
No, I don't. I never carry my wallet in my back pocket. I just put it there because we're on the show.
Okay.
And I needed someplace to put it.
This is big.
Yeah. It's
a lot of money there.
It's a lot of money. A lot of money. There's a 20 in it. You know why there's a 20 in it?
So that's why Dean started losing all this, weight because, carrying the wallet all the time.
I'll put it over here on my laptop. Okay. Is the Ultima on Facebook? No, the Ultima did not get filmed. That was a. The problem we've been running into is that
baller.
Dean equals baller.
Yes.
If by baller you mean, oh God, no, please. That's the reality of it.
No.
Can you show how to install the Kicker key amp? We did that video.
Yeah.
We walked you through A to B on the Kicker key. So if you haven't seen that video, go back to the Kicker playlist. We did it in Haley's car.
Yeah,
we installed KS series components up front, KS series coaxial in the rear, the Kicker key, we took you through the whole process. The total review is already on Install Diaries. Just go to the Kicker playlist and you can't miss it. So it's there. Dean keeps all his zip ties in his back pocket. LOL.
All right. So check the backup camera. Of course, is we use EchoMaster. So go to the EchoMaster website and you can find.
They have like 300 cameras there.
Yeah.
So if you can't find one, you like.
But that's what we use.
Oh, goo. Focal flax. Jason, what are your thoughts on that one?
What is it? Focal flax.
Oh, there you go. Flax all the way.
There
So, Fro's house right there, he is from Stereo Kings in Oregon. They have a 5-store chain up there, and they have a channel called Stereo Kings.
Because he likes JL also.
They sell JL, and they carry the Flax series Focal. So, he's telling you right there that he likes the Flax over the JL C5s. I don't carry the C5, so I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna hear Focal all day long, just like Clean 35 said. It's you made me wonder, will the key amp have time delay issues mated to regular amplifier for a sub? No. Actually, when you're setting it up, you disconnect the subwoofer altogether. In Haley's car, we do have a sub amp in there that is powering a 12 in the back. We have a P300 12 in the back. So when you're setting it up, you make sure the sub is disconnected, and then when you're done, you power it back up. It plays fine. You're not going to be getting like if you do like a bit or a DM or anything like that where you're adding in delay for the subwoofer so you can move the subwoofer more forward so it sounds like it's coming out of the dash, which honestly no one ever wants. They want, if you give two 12s in the car, that's not going to happen anyways. But there's no issues as far as the subwoofer and delay and stuff like that. You just have to make sure when you're tuning it, the subwoofer, when you're going through the setup, the subwoofer is disconnected. Morel, Focal, or hybrid?
Ooh, I'm gonna go. I mean, because I like Focal.
I was gonna say you're gonna say Focal, and I'm gonna say
Focal.
Morel.
Of course, yeah.
And not there's anything wrong with hybrid, because if we had what's his name with the Hyundai? Why do I not remember his name?
Hyundai, what Hyundai?
Your PDX V9.
Really?
Anyways, he has hybrid, and he loves the hybrid. So it's funny. Steve, thank you. Steve is running hybrid audio with Morel amplifiers.
Yep.
So because Morel makes a high quality AV class amplifier that's reasonably priced. So yeah.
Okay, do you know in the 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, where's the factory amplifier? I have a Pack Amp Pro sub, but I want to amp the front doors as well. I'm ordering the harness for it.
Isn't it in the driver's side rear?
Driver's
I think it's in the driver's side rear behind the panel.
Next to the sub?
No, it's on the other side of the sub. I think it's on driver's side rear behind the panel there. I'm almost positive it's there.
I mean, it's in the either side,
Hybrid, Legato, or Audio Frog G8. Jeez, you know, Ada said he was going to be on the show.
That's true. Like Jason said, all are different, all are great. So
you know, on our board, on our board we have X Series, we have Maximo.
Audio Frogs are awesome too.
Yeah, we have the Maximo Morels. We have the Rockford Power Series. We have the Audison Primas, the Hertz Energies, the Focal Access, and the D-Cheese, which is the one that doesn't fit. And they all sound totally different, and depending on who you are when you come in, that's what you buy. So, you know, we can kind of direct you towards what you want and kind of like narrow the search down, but each speaker has a totally different idea behind it. You know, I like Morel because of what Morel does. It's pleasing to my ears. That big voice coil just makes the music have a sound to me that it's like, ooh, I like that. Just like Alpine tweeters. Alpine, as always in my opinion, on the R and the new Zs, has made a really nice, smooth sounding natural tweeter. But it's not like in your face. It's not bright. It's not, you know, it's not making you squint. But I don't like that sound. So that's why, you know, I lean towards that style tweeter. I lean towards that style mid-range. Guy came in the other day and he was like, I like this. And I was like, you need K2s because you want high quality. You want the tweeters that will blind you because you like it sharp. And you want it to be a very musical sounding speaker. Well, it's a K2 all day long. Okay.
Yep.
If you have the budget for it, that's what you want.
Correct. All right. So speaking about the kicker key, somebody says I want to go active in the fronts.
Tim, yes, extra battery.
Definitely.
Yes. Okay.
T2500. Okay, I want to go active in the fronts, but also I want the rear speakers. Should I get another key amplifier?
You could. You don't really have to. Hold on. Phoenix Gold TI2 1600 by 5 or Rockford. I'm gonna go Phoenix Gold on that one.
Okay.
So, hey, what's up, Cybertrucker? You should buy speakers with your ears.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So okay. So if you're gonna do a key up front active,
yeah,
then you could do a key in the rear, but just use it as a dead amplifier, meaning. You could do the EQ if you wanted. The time delays, probably leave that off, but it's just rear fill. At that point, it's just rear fill. The idea behind the key is not to be a. It's a step up. Okay, so if you've got crappy factory,
you got nothing,
and you got nothing, and you're like, I don't want to go unload both barrels. I don't want to go like this.
Exactly.
Okay, you want better sound up front. You might want to add a subwoofer. The key is perfect for that. If you want to go active up front, throw a key in, use deck power for the rears, maybe replace the speakers because it's just rear fill, and then throw a sub in there. The key was made for that. The technology is that's what it's made for. But there again, if you want to know more about the key and the technology behind it, we had Bart on the show. Sitting right here.
Not right
he
here.
talks all about that. So go back and listen to Monday's show, the live show. You got it was a phenomenal show. Phenomenal show.
Yeah.
He's actually got the kicker key running running active in the front of his car.
Yeah.
In his Toyota.
Yeah, he did.
So bingo on the key amplifier. Perfect explanation. Thank you. How about the X Power Series Super Cap 100 Farad? I like batteries. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure they'll both do the job, but I like batteries. I like having the storage that a battery gives you. How did you get into car stereo? Did you? Okay, that's a good one. How did you get into car stereo, and how did you meet Fernando? That's two questions. Do you want me to answer something else first?
Yes. Before we go that.
Go ahead.
Jeff say it's a 5-star in Ohio.
Yes.
Sister store post. Relative, maybe.
Paul's relative.
I know Paul roots from Ohio.
Yes, it's Paul's brother, Paramajit. It's not anything to do with our store.
No.
You got to understand that when it came to Paul's got two brothers, Paramajit and Bob. Bob runs American Base. Paramajit runs a 5-star out of Ohio.
Yeah.
They're not the most creative guys when it comes to names, so Paramajit named his store after Paul's store so that if you wanted something from Paul, you could come to him and he'd say, yeah, I'm 5-star.
Yeah.
So that's...
It's totally different stores.
Yeah, but anyways, that's how that. Now, how did I meet Fernando? Fernando worked for a competitor, and what would happen is the competitor would buy from us, all the equipment would buy from us, so he would stop by every other day to buy stuff from us, and what the problem, and Paul would always greet him with like, what are you breaking today? And I was like,
what are you burning today?
What are you burning today? And I was like, that's terrible. So after 2 years of him coming in... We
burn that thing, we break a lot of stuff.
You break a lot of stuff. After 2 years of talking and getting to know him and playing along, and, you know, we kind of developed a small, like, I'm going to say acquaintanceship. And we knew we needed a second installer because it was just getting too much work for me to handle on my own, because at the time it was just me and Paul, and I was working 6 days a week doing everything from soup to nuts. What's up, Bismarck?
What's up, Bismarck?
And so with that in mind, we needed a Techmaster PEB. We were just listening to that. We were just listening to that, Aperture. Yeah, I have that. We were just jamming out to it the other day. Anyways, so when we needed another guy, I was like, I talked to Fernando, Paul talked to me first and said, what do you think of Fernando? And we were like, yeah, I kind of like him. He doesn't bug me too much. And that's really the thing. I have to be able to, you know, you're going to spend a lot of time with these people. So you don't want anyone that just drives you absolutely crazy. And he didn't drive me crazy. So he got the job. I mean, and, you know, we've talked about it before as far as that goes. Now, what got me into car stereo was bass. It was bass. You know, when I heard that first car driving through the high school parking lot, just hammering, I was like,
yeah,
what is that? That is so cool. And, you know, so from there, I had my 1980 Dodge Omni. We bought some Jet Sound electronic speakers. We made a speaker box out of a desk. And, of course, we didn't have enough wood from the desk, so we used a Pampers box to finish that up. Jigsaw, drywall screws. Done. Had some Peerless tweeters running off a Walkman because the Omni only had an AM radio.
Texas,
and from there, it just kind of snowballed into this. So, if you've caught the Amp Pro show we did when we reviewed PAC, or if you caught the Dallas review we did when we went to Knowledge Fest, the guy I ran with, Nathan, got me my first job working at AVE Car Stereo, which was another place here. He got the job. He worked there for about 6 months and quit. And then I was there for 21 years. So, yeah, all right.
That's yep.
So that's that real quick. Fernando was a great addition to 5-star. Fernando was a great addition to 5-star. Who killed your alien on the back? I don't know what happened to the alien. I think I popped it the other day.
Probably. Plastic or something.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad about that. We got to look into that. TechMaster PB Active
no more oxygen,
normally makes people jump in the passenger seat when I hit play. Yes. Yeah, it's funny. And it's funny you should mention TechMaster PB. He's actually here from Florida. And at the time, our Orion rep was distributing the CDs. Dude, I can't tell you how many thousands of those CDs we sold.
Really?
We were buying them 100 at a time. We were selling them to everybody. I still have my copy, of course.
What entry-level DSP would you recommend for a factory Uconnect?
So, okay, there again, Uconnect is not the thing you're looking at. You want to find out if it has a premium sound system, meaning does it have one of the Infinity, Beats by Dre, Alpine, whatever Chrysler's using, does it have one of those systems in it? If it has one of those systems in it, it's real simple. You either want an iData AR that you can plug into a DSR-1, or you want an Amp Pro that you can plug anything into. That's key right there. Now, if you're trying to retain the factory non-amplified, blah, 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 then you are going to have a 4-channel output. From there, the cheapest, funnest one that we carry is going to be the DSR-1. But there are plenty of them now that are out there that are getting reasonable. We just saw that Arc Audio one this week that we took out. That was cute.
That was weird.
I know there's
just a little box.
There's plenty of them. There's the $250 price point is getting thick. So
what's that, Cody?
For that price point, we use the DSR-1. If you want to learn about the DSR-1, just go back to our Rockford playlist, and we have 2 videos on the DSR-1. We literally walk you through it, soup to nuts, tell you everything there is about it. I still have a few TechMaster CDs, and the Bass Mechanic. Ooh, Bass Mechanic. Bass Boy was good too. And of course, DJ Magic Mike. Who remembers DJ Magic Mike? I'm in Atlanta, but I'm originally from Daytona Beach. Oh, there you go. So you were in there, man. You know what it's all about.
All right, so Jim, go to iData website. I'm sorry, Carlos. That's Carlos. Go to iData website and type the model number of the car, and they're gonna tell you if that's compatible with your car or not.
Yeah.
Let's see now.
Arkansas.
I have a 2007 Buick, and it doesn't have no name car factory radio.
BrightstarCarStereo.com. Rich. Okay, go ahead.
That's it.
What does it not have?
Just a brand name, like no.
DJ Magic Mike, feel the bass. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Go
ahead.
No
Alpine, no.
So it's not a brand name.
So
it's a white
it's
box.
like a basic.
Yeah, here's a white box
that's
radio.
It.
And what's the problem with it?
No, that's it. I have a 2007 Buick.
Okay. Feel the bass. Bass 305. Ooh, I got that one too. That was the highlight of my teenage. Yeah, for sure. Morel speakers for life, always. Whatever happened to the old Audax tweeters everyone used to put in their air vents? Ooh, dude, yeah, right. I had 4. I at the time I had a Renault Encore, and I put 4 tweeters in it. I put one in each air vent, and then in the center it had this. It looked like a business card holder. I don't know what it was, but I flush mount 2 of those into that, and that was cool. And I had one of my Orion 222 SXs running them all. It was fun. No DSP though, because we didn't know what those were. Ever try a different mic for the Pioneer Auto EQ? I have a Dayton M6 that I've tried. Let me know if that works, Jeff. No, we've never tried anything other than the Pioneer, because Pioneer gave us the mic, and I was like, wow, cool, they gave us the mic, I'm done.
Yeah, Tim, the Type X sounds really good. Yeah.
Yeah. There again, I love the Alpine Type X. Yeah, they're phenomenal. And there again, it's the tweeter. For me, it's the tweeter. I love their tweeter. What are good budget SQ speakers? The Type X. Alpine R Type is there again, but X is not crazy as far as when you compare it. But even like Focal Access comes in at a reasonable price. The Maximos that we were talking about here, that is a phenomenal speaker at the price point. Probably I'm thinking the Maximos would probably be what I would check out if I'm trying to do a reasonably priced, high quality speaker.
Yeah.
They're
from
really
Morel.
Nice. Yeah, that's a Morel. RDSP was through MTX crossover. That's right, baby. Any bass art from Newtown Records? Oh, there you go. Yeah.
All right. Do you use ferrules for the 9605? Yes, we put some ferrules on the 9605.
So when we're doing the 9605, we use the non-insulated ferrules.
Yeah.
Because of the way the wire comes out, it does this unnatural wire bend that I absolutely hate. We'll cut the sleeve, the yellow sleeve that's normally on our ferrules. We cut those off so that it can bend faster.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what you do. You want to make sure you're using a non-sleeved ferrule for that. We're on Morel Temples,
Morel Temple Ultras for $300.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah.
Have you heard of
California Profile Amplifiers? Of course, man. Really? Dude, I'm from the 90s, man. I got back into this in the 80s, so, all that stuff. Morel Tempos, Ultra 692s for all, thanks a lot, guys, for the applause and help. You guys are truly recognized as a trade and a hobby. Thank you.
Thank you.
A lot of Morel love. I love
awesome.
that. Just need Casey to watch. All right, so I know there's been. What do you got for me?
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to find this one. I don't know if you answer this. Can you maintain the front dash 3 speakers plus mids and front on the back doors and sub with the DSR1 connected to the Halo 9? Can I find a matching configuration on DSR1 for perfect tune?
Well, because the DSR1 only has 8 channels of output and 4 channels of input, so you're going to lose your subwoofer. I mean, you could do it if you can get. You could do. So it's 8 channels, so you can do 4 up front, rear, sub, center. You could do 6 up front and sub, center, but you can't do rear fill. So that's why you need a DM810. And that's why we did the DM810 in the Ultima, was because we needed 3 up front, 2 in the middle, sub. We could have done center, but we didn't. Do you remember Car Audio and Electronics put nuclear powered amps in the review section of April Fools? I love that magazine.
What's up, Gorge?
I wish I wouldn't have thrown all those magazines away. It's just man. My wire harness is only 1 blue wire. Do I connect my amp and power antenna to the blue wire? So, good question. If your radio, so my wire harness only has 1 blue wire. Do I connect my amp and power antenna to, the blue wire? No. So, if you have a power antenna output, like the factory harness has a blue and a blue white. The blue is going to be your antenna amplified turn on. And the blue white is going to be your amplifier turn on. The blue wire, if it's not a motorized antenna, meaning it doesn't go up and down, I always connect that to the accessory power, because what happens is a lot of the amplified antennas draw more than the 500 milliamp output that the remote turn on puts out. Most amplifiers don't even draw 500 milliamps anymore. They draw like less than 300 milliamps. So what happens is if you get one of the cars, Toyota, Nissan, that draw a lot of current, over that wire, it will mess up the radio, and that's when you'd have to add a relay. So I always hook my amplified antenna turn-ons up to accessory, which is going to be your red wire, and then I leave the blue-white wire to do, if you're doing a bypass, micro bypass, it goes to that, and it goes to the amplifier turn-ons, and that's it. Yeah. So I'm only turning on amplifiers with the amplifier turn-on, not the antenna. Now, if I have an old school up and down,
yep,
I'll think about putting in a toggle switch so that I can have it turn on with accessory, but I might put in a toggle switch. Or if I'm putting in a Pioneer or something that has a dedicated power off, then I will put in the relay.
All right, I have a Cadillac Escalade using the RPGM32. Do I still have to put the Bose amp back? I'm putting an Alpine XOOAU.
So an Bose Cadillac.
The Cadillac.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Factory amp has to stay.
Okay.
Factory amp has to stay. What kind of Cadillac was it?
Escalade.
Escalade, no. No, the Escalade, no. The only time you have to keep the factory amp in a Cadillac is for the car. The trucks, you can take the amp out because the truck, remember, is built off of a Tahoe. So it's Tahoe stupid when it comes to the audio section.
G35 say, Dean, you trying to make me my car to audio, car audio lab. I'm gonna switch to K2s to Morels.
Ooh. We'll send Fernando the K2s. Phonics PPA3 RTA mic on it, reliable. Tim, I have honestly never used it for the microphone. No. Never used, we only use the PPA3 for electrical measurement. Yeah. I have never used it for an audio measurement, ever. So I have no idea. I'm assuming it's pretty good because it's sensitive. You know, we've switched from the PAA3 to the PAA3X for all our ANC stuff because what we're finding on the PAA3, these are handheld RTAs, the little ones we use for those guys that are going, what the hell is he talking about? The mic, even in its off position, was picking up the motor revving. So I'm assuming it's pretty good, pretty sensitive.
Yeah.
I keep trying to rub the spot over Dean's left shoulder on the wall off my screen.
Huh.
All right, so this is my
left screen.
Is there a spot on the wall? Oh, yeah,
Yeah, right there.
That one.
All right, so
there it's gone. It's back.
The Kenwood Excellent, the XO801.
801 amplifier. Okay, 5-channel amplifier.
Yeah. Yep. Do you think the Infinity Kappa, 1,000-watt subwoofer 10, it's enough for the amplifier? I think it's
what do we
too
got?
much.
What was the question? What, too much for the amplifier?
Too much for the amplifier, the subwoofer.
What subwoofer?
It's a Kappa Infinity.
Well, it's 300 watts. So at the end of at the end of the day, that amplifier puts out a good solid 300 watts. So if your Kappa will handle and work with 300 watts, then you're golden.
Yeah.
If it needs 500 or 600 watts, it's probably gonna be tough. Now I know when old school Big D Wiz Derek reviewed the amplifier, he was getting better than the 300 watts out of it. So you still might be okay, but you know, we've put a lot of stuff on that amplifier. It's one of our most common amplifiers, and I mean, we've put a lot of stuff on it, and I think we've even put 2 like Comp 12s on it at some point, and it banged the heck out of those. So it's definitely won't be from lack of trying.
All right, 2013 Passat with basic radio. When replacing it with a data link or pack audio, like the Ampro.
What's that? Victor, text me that one.
When we just replace the radio, we use the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we use.
Does that answer that question?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Too many words, Victor. It's going too fast. Kicker comp, really good, 300 to 500 watts. All day long. Jeep Wrangler with factory Alpine. Want to buy, pass, or DSR1? Any ideas for harness? Okay, so if you got a Jeep Wrangler with an Alpine, factory Alpine system, the DSR1 will integrate into it via the AR input. So remember, the DSR1 does 3 types of inputs. Right now, it's the only one on the market that does it. It's not to say that the audio control won't be doing it at some time here in the future. But all you need is the AR T harness from iData. You can flash the DSR1 as an AR and boom, you plug it in, you pull the factory amp out, you plug in the DSR1 with the iData harness, you're done. It's that simple. Don't have to do anything else. Now you got your 8 channels of preamp output tied into the factory radio. You can have all the fun in the world that you want. It's amazing. Now, if you don't want to use the iData connection for it, for whatever reason, you feel like spending more money, you could also just use an Amp Pro and go RCA into it. Why you would do that, I don't know, but you can.
All right. Let's see. You wanna?
Oh wait, hold on. When you install a system in a fully electric car, and if so, is it different from putting in a regular car? Okay, so John, good question. Basically, what it's saying is, if I have a Prius or something along those lines, if I have a Prius, if I have a Tesla, which is funny because Matt Schaefer, that does Teslas out the wazoo, was just talking about this on his little YouTube channel that he has. No, there's really no difference between putting it in an electric car or putting it in a gas car. Where the difference comes in is the start-stop feature that the gas cars have. Those drive everyone crazy because when the car starts back up, the voltage on it can dip really low. Now there is also a Hyundai or Kia that doesn't actually have a battery in it anymore, and those are pretty much suck. They're using the car's battery with a step-down transformer like a golf cart to run all the electronics in the car. That one's out of the question. Right now, there's nothing we can do for that because you would need a step-down transformer that can step down the big, 48 volt or 50, however, down to enough amperage to power an amplifier. So that one's out of the question. But like a Prius or a Tesla, there's really nothing there to lose any sleep over. We've done some pretty stupid sized systems in Priuses that I was totally against, but in the end worked fine, and everyone was like, okay.
Yeah.
On a reasonable note, what I like to do in the Prius is a Class D amplifier. My preferred one in that car is the PDX V9 because it's small, it's compact, it'll fit up underneath the seat where the factory amplifier goes. It doesn't draw a ton of current, and it's 900 watts of output. So you can put 500 watts for the sub and 110 by 4. So you can have a lot of fun with it, and it sounds really good for a Class D amp. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's that. Fernando, did you check out? Maslow CNC router. What is that? Maslow CNC router.
No, I haven't.
Any thoughts on air transformer tweeters? Nope.
No.
I use planar headphones if that counts, but other than that.
All right, I have a component tweeters that attenuate when I run the semi-hard. The gains is set with the DD1.
Okay.
So what's going on? Thinking of bypassing the poly switch on the passive crossover.
Okay.
So I'm guessing,
what do you got?
I have the component tweeter that attenuate when it running semi-hard. That means like semi-hard.
Yeah, it balls to the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
So when he's running, it balls to the wall.
The gains is set with the DD1.
Yes.
It doesn't mean it's...
That doesn't mean it's 100% because remember, you set your gains with the DD1. Did you set them at 0, -5, or -10? It's a $400 CNC router kit. Ooh, slow it down.
That's cool.
So if you're using your DD1, you have to, you decide, are you going to run it at 0, -5, -10? If you run it at -10 and then you turn on your EQ, well, guess what? You're clipping your amplifier all day long. Now, it's giving you headroom. That's what it's designed to do for gain overlap.
Now, bypassing the passive crossover, I don't think it's going to help.
Excuse me. Well, no, probably not. I mean, it will. Try setting it for 5 dB, -5 dB. See if you set it for 10, set it for 5. See what that gets you. Or try setting it to 0 and just see where you're at there. The other thing too is take a look at your EQ. See where your EQ is set at. That's important as well because you set it for 10, gives you a ton of headroom, and then you boost the crap out of your EQ. You're gonna distort the tweeter. It's gonna clip. It's gonna shut down.
Yeah.
The only reason why the passive crossover robs power, but not a ton. It's not gonna cause clipping, or it's there to protect the speakers. So I don't think that's going to be causing you grief so much. At least nothing that we've ever ran into causes that kind of grief. Yeah. So what was the question?
Let's see.
There was a question about I was looking at here. Hold on. Stereo turns off. So the customer was asking, he's got a 501 Pioneer radio, and it shuts off when he turns the volume up loud. So you're obviously using the amplifier that's built into it. If your deck power is turning off when you're turning it up really loud, you're clipping that deck, meaning that little IC 15 or 18 watt power amplifier inside of it is just done. It clips. Pioneer's shut down to protect the amplifier. Now, what is causing that amplifier to shut off is the problem. If you're running a set of components, okay, without an amplifier. So let's say you bought a set of TSDs or TSAs, and that's a tweeter and a mid-range, and you're cranking it up. It's going to cause the deck to clip. If you're running it without a high-pass crossover turned on, meaning you're, let's say, running it from 20 to 20, turn the high-pass crossover on, cross it over like 80 hertz. That's going to take away some of the stress out of the amplifier. You'll get a little more volume out of it, a little more headroom. It'll sound better. It might not clip. The other thing too is you might have a low ohm load speaker. So let's say you bought a speaker that isn't 4 ohm. It's let's say 3.3 ohm, like let's say Infinities or JBLs or some Dichis. They have like a lower ohm load, which is going to, okay, high set at -5 on highs. Okay. Check your EQ.
Yeah.
Check your crossover. Check the resistance. See if you have a short somewhere.
Yeah.
But just like the radio I was getting to, is that you may have a short somewhere. One of the speakers there could be something wrong with one of the speakers. Yeah. Anytime anything is cutting out. So this is what happens. Guy comes in and says, my system's shutting off. Yep. Okay. Immediate things you look at right away is you check the battery voltage. You go, okay, we got good battery voltage. Then we go ahead and we check the RCAs, make sure all the RCAs are plugged in while we're back there checking the battery voltage. And then if all that is good, because those are the simple things, sometimes those things go bad, is that you take it one speaker at a time. So we're going to unplug all the speakers, and we're going to play the driver's door. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to turn it up, we're going to have fun, we're going to jam the heck out of it and get it to play. We have no issue with that speaker, meaning it doesn't current anything off. We're going to move over and hook up the other speaker. And we're going to play that. We're going to play the two together. And then if they play fine, we're going to go to the next speaker. Now, if for some reason they stop, whoa, wait a minute. We'll unplug the driver's speaker and we'll just play the passenger speaker. Now, it plays fine just with that, but it doesn't play fine when they're both up there. Then we know there's something wrong there. Maybe some kind of an ohm load, maybe a basket shorting out somewhere, but there's something wrong with the fronts. We won't stop there though. We'll go ahead and we'll leave those disconnected. We'll move on to the rear and we'll test them that way. What we're trying to do is figure out where the problem is coming from. Is it coming from a whole thing, meaning all the speakers connected are causing it? Is one speaker just connecting it? Limiting the amount of things you have to troubleshoot is awesome. That's key. You always want to get down to the basic thing and start working out from there. If you just approach a problem with everything, you're never going to find the solution. It's really hard. So always just try to get down to one thing and then move out from there.
All right. Let's see. I have the DMA-10. How you control?
Didn't know you could do that, Tim. Okay.
What?
He says, why don't you put a donation tab on your live show? Oh yeah, that's right. You could do that. Yeah, and it moves questions up to the top. I don't know why we haven't done that yet. Probably haven't thought about it. Isolating components one time at a time. Yep.
All right, so I have a DMA-10. How can you control...
DMA-10?
Oh, no, never mind. Can you make me a file and send it to me? Or do you have to do it by ear?
I mean, the nice thing about the DMA-10 is that, okay, DMA-10 does make it a little easy for you. They have the auto EQ feature. So if you have a pink noise track, which you can get a pink noise track pretty much anywhere. There's apps that have them. You can go to Kicker. Kicker has them on their website. Audio Control has a pink noise track on their site you can download. Anyways, you play a pink noise track in it. You don't even have to have the speakers plugged in. And there's an auto feature right on the bottom next to the EQ. And you turn it up to a reasonable volume. You hit auto, and you let it play. And what it's doing is it's analyzing the output of the radio to the it's doing all its little thingies inside of it, and it's going to give you a basic curve, EQ curve, real basic, okay? But what that's allowing you to do is get an idea as far as what it sees as a problem, and from there you can start manipulating it one at a time. And what I mean by one at a time is you want to start with the driver or the passenger. Pick one side or the other. Put it on left EQ, put it on, you know, channel 1, channel 2. It's start manipulating them independently. But obviously you need to walk before you run, so by doing the auto feature is great. Then start playing with it as just a front, and then if you feel you need more, then you can split them apart. So that's how you want to play with the 810. It's remember, always start small and then get big.
Yeah.
We'll have to look into that, Tim, for sure. Thank you.
All right, how can I add another sub into the Wrangler with Infinity system?
You want to get an Amp Pro. Get an Amp Pro, plug it in, and then that'll give you a set of RC outputs that you can plug into an amplifier. You won't have any problems with the bass roll-off that those cars have. You can add sub-amp today, and then you'll have 4 other outputs to do highs if you want to. But yeah, pick up an Amp Pro. You go to pack-audio.com, put in your make, model, and year, and it'll tell you which Amp Pro to buy. Audio control, amazing audio control epicenter, amazing additive, sound, or just hype. Okay, we did a review of it. We finally did that. So if you haven't seen it, Aperture, check it out. Where we take you through the steps needed to set it up for one and have some fun with it. I like the idea of an epicenter. I like it because I listen to a lot of classic rock like Van Halen and all those guys are just, they don't have bass. They don't have any bass. So with that device, I can get that sound that I like out of today's music and that old music. So it's great harmonic restoration. Yeah. Now, they're not the only people that make one, all right? So you have the epicenter, which is the yay! Phoenix Gold also makes one now too. And there's a third. And let me show you this. Oh, shoot. All right, so this guy here, this guy right here, the KX series kicker amplifiers.
Yeah,
this right here is the controller for it. It has a feature called Aftershock. Aftershock, I think is what it's called? Yeah. Okay. Aftershock, guess what it is? It's a bass harmonic restoration circuit. Ooh, that was close. Now, for those of you that don't know what epicenter is, that's exactly what it is. It's a bass restoration device. It's designed to take a group of frequencies, or 1 or 2 frequencies, a frequency that you pick, and then an octave down, move it over and EQ the heck out of it, okay? Which we explain in the video really well, so go check out the video.
Yep.
But these amplifiers, right out of the box, has it built in.
That's awesome.
Now the reason why we have that amplifier is for that feature. We want to play with this because it has that feature. It also has a distortion detector built into it. I know what you're saying. A distortion detector built into an amplifier? I thought Rockford was the only one. No, they're not. These have a distortion detector built into them also. Bonus, right? I know. You'd think Kicker would talk about that, seeing how popular and how everyone wants a distortion detector built into their amplifier. These guys have it. So you get a bass I won't say epicenter, a bass restoration device and the tools to set it up. It's like awesome. Idiot proof. It's awesome. Exactly. So, anyways, that's that. We won't talk about that anymore. Audio control has built-in fan to stay at a nice temperature. Yes, it does, and they stay on. I used to do studio sound, so I'm looking for clean sound when I'm cheating bass. What do you think sounds best? Ooh, cheating bass. I think the results are going to be the same. They all do basically the same thing. They all do that shift in octave shift. Yeah. So for the most part, when you look at how they all work, they all do it the exact same. So I don't think one is any better than the other. I don't know though. I mean, obviously the SoundStream makes one too, right? Yeah. And you know, the audio control sounds better. I guess it's like any, okay, function-wise, the function is the same. Quality-wise, that's probably where your difference is. So as long as you're buying the better ones out of the group, then I think your audio control, if you already have the amplifiers, the audio control, or the Phoenix Gold would definitely be the way to go. We'll talk more about the Phoenix Gold when we get around to it.
All right. Hey,
yeah.
when I'm using river nuts, when you're using
river nuts,
the rivers,
rivet nuts. Yeah, rivet. Okay.
Does the hole have to be exactly the same diameter of the nut?
Yeah.
Or you can get away with a 0.5 millimeter larger.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, like the uni bit we use isn't perfect.
Right.
And it still works fine.
Yeah.
Because it pulls at about a 1/16 of an inch.
Yes.
So, yeah, no, I think you're okay. Hey, Dean, longtime fan, how would you like a i7Q? Oh, L7Q.
The L7Q. It's a nice one.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
I'm installing a LLA. Lala? Okay. I have no idea how much. They're going to put Steve out of business. Never going to do that. No. I don't think that's possible.
Different business.
Different business for sure. All right, guys. You know what that means? That puts us at an hour. Yep. Thank you so much today. It has been wonderful. And to recap, if you guys need t-shirts, Teespring/store. I'm looking at the Bullfrog. I hear you say rivet, rivet. Ooh, good one. Teespring/store/5 stars where you can pick up the shirts. We have 3 new shirts. We have Addictive. We had, at the end of the day, 5-star Carstero, and then we have a really cool painted, like, splatter paint one. So you pick those up. I think they're all like 20 bucks. Yep. DNF Tool Drawer is the place you can find all the cool tools that we use to do our installs. Patreon. Patreon is the wonderful place where you guys can go and support the show. So if you want to pledge monthly to the show, you can do it there. If you're a Patreon member, you get an extra video of the podcast. So you're the only guys that get the video edition of the podcast, and you get it a week early. Awesome there. Monday on the live show, we are having special guests from Electro Media, which is Audison Hertz. Yep. We're going to have Jeff Peters. Jeff Peters is going to be on the show. He is, well, you'll have to find out Monday who he is.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Even in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to turn it on. I gotta hit the thingy. So we'll get better at it. We'll get it. Check out The Boring Life for sure. Thank you. So yes, check out The Boring Life. We do that once a week.
Yep.
The days change, especially this week. You got it last night at 2 o'clock in the morning. So. Because that's when I finished it. Awesome. Thanks for sitting in the chair, Haley. Thank you guys for watching. Be safe. Have a good night. Have a great weekend. And we will see you guys Monday.
Bye.
Bye.